Hello, hello, wherever you are in the world. My name is Rhijn. I'm a business success strategist at Success on Your Own Terms, where I help you create a life and a business that work hand in hand and on your own terms. I'm also the founder of the Woman Who Makes Things Happen show, and today it's my privilege to be interviewing Aska Kolton. Aska is the founder of Get Ready for Love. Her personal journey has taken her through 110 online dates, 7 years of being single, and 1 dating detox, which completely transformed her love life. She now is in an amazing relationship with her dream man, and they have a baby boy together. She works with conscious single ladies who are struggling finding the right man. She helps them get ready for true and lasting love by helping them increase their self-love, self-worth, and self-connection. Welcome to the Woman Who Makes Things Happen show, Aska. How are you?
Hello, and yes, I'm wonderful. How are you doing?
I'm fine, although I have a hard time getting warm today. It's cold outside and I'm having a hard time getting warm. But anyway, I'll survive. That's the UK.
A few more weeks. We have a few more weeks and we're going to have the spring. So
exactly. We're heading in the right direction. So, yeah. Aska, tell us more about your journey.
Oh, where do you want me to start?
Where you want.
My journey is a long journey to finding my true and lasting love and my dream man. And as a 23 or 24-year-old girl, I came to London with this big dream of finding the one.
So tell us where you come from, by the way, because
I come from Poland.
Okay.
And I have been in the UK for the past 15, 16 years. And I don't know if you have the same experience, but I felt like from a very young age, I was kind of conditioned and I constantly heard the same message. You have to find a man, you have to find a man. So that was my dream. And I believed it was my dream, but it was kind of imposed on me by the society, by my family. But anyway, I came to London and I was dreaming just about this fantastic and wonderful relationship. And I discovered online dating. And I started to date different men from different countries, which was, by the way, very good for my English because I could practice talking.
At least that was.
Yes. So I had many adventures and many dates, but I kind of kept failing in terms of finding the love of my life. But nevertheless, I thought the more I date, the more chance of finding the one. And I kept dating, I kept meeting certain men who I had relationships with, very short ones. And after a few months, I needed to split up because I realized, oh my gosh, we had nothing in common. But this is what happens when you enter a relationship without knowing who you want to attract, without having a clarity who you are yourself. And that was my story for many, many years. So probably that's why I ended up dating almost 110 men before I found my man. But nevertheless, every single date was a very precious lesson for me. But after I turned 30, after my last kind of low-quality relationship, I call it, I went on a date. I mean, I went on a series of dates because I thought, okay, I'm in my 30s, I have no partner, I have no kids. And this is not how it should be. At least this is what I believed at that time. You know, everyone around you has got someone, people getting married, people buying houses, and I'm here, single girl, not having even a proper career, not having anybody to share my life with. So I was very, very desperate. And with this energy, I kept dating even more men. So you can imagine the days, the quality.
Even more wrong men, therefore.
Definitely. Every single date was a disaster. Maybe that would be too much to say, but very boring. I had nothing in common with those men. And after one of those dates, I woke up the next morning and I couldn't even remember the name of the guy I dated the night before. And then I thought, oh, I think you've done too much of it. You know, it's not inspiring. You are not getting excited before even meeting them. And so what can you do differently? Plus the most important thing was I wasn't getting what I really wanted to get. I wanted to find the love of my life, but I wasn't finding him. So I decided that it was too much dating and it's a high time to actually stop dating and explore what I really was running away from, because it was compulsive. It wasn't healthy anymore. It wasn't fun anymore. I just did it because I so desperately wanted to be with someone.
Yeah, you had that urge.
Single. Yeah, like many single women go through it. I don't know if that is your experience as well. Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah. I mean, I've had those stages as well, obviously, but I think it is something, as you said, quite imposed by society, and when we don't take the time to step back and reflect about it and understand that it's just some kind of an overall expectation, and for some people, it really is what they want. When it's a real conscious choice, it makes a difference. But when it's just self-imposed, or imposed by society, that's different.
Yeah. Plus, I think there is also a message that there must be something wrong with you if you are single. At least I felt like that. I kept feeling like, oh, there must be something wrong with me. I must be flawed because I can't find just one man on the whole planet. So I can't do relationships. And then the point came also then when I decided, if I keep just attracting wrong men and I keep getting hurt and I go through the same cycle all the time, finding a man, being excited for a few months, then discovering we have nothing in common and I have to split up, and right, mending your heart and everything. And it was I kept repeating this cycle a few times. Then I decided maybe I'm just not cut for relationships. Maybe I should be single. But never mind, it was a good thing, because actually the fact that I gave up on love was probably the most transformational part of my journey. Because when I gave up on dating and I gave up on love, I started to focus on myself.
Good for you.
And and the journey within changed me as a person, because I discovered, happiness doesn't come from relationships. A man, I believe that a man was supposed to make me happy. So I constantly was chasing men because I believed I'll be happy when I find him. But in fact, happiness is here and now. And if you are not happy with yourself, no man.
Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so
I was on my dating detox for about 2 years. And obviously I had plenty of time to myself, so I started to meditate regularly. I started to write more, read more, do yoga, and over some time I started to learn how to be with myself, and I created this beautiful relationship with myself. I realized, Aska, you are fun, you are a good friend, you can have fun on your own, you don't really need a man to be happy. So I started to live in the moment rather than constantly thinking, oh, I will do that when I have a man. I will go to the gym when I have a man. I'll travel more when I have a man. I'll buy a house when I have a man. Everything was somewhere in the future. But, I was single for so many years. Then I had to start asking myself kind of honest questions. You can be single for another 10 years. What's going to happen over the next 2 years? You'll be sitting and waiting for your happiness to come, or you'll be more proactive and do something with your life here and now. So I think many profound insights came my way when I stopped dating, and I deleted all my profiles and I created space for myself. I became happy and I started to live my life in the moment. And after about 2 years, I thought it's about time I go on a date again, but with a completely different energy, not the desperate energy like I used to bring with me to my dates. I used to go to meet men, and I constantly hoped maybe he'll be the one. Maybe tonight I'm gonna meet the love of my life. And you can imagine how heavy this baggage is.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Have you done any dating? Have you done any online?
Yeah, many years ago, I have spent at some point 5 years with someone that I had met online.
Okay.
And so just before and after, I really hated it. I mean, having this impression of always repeating the same story again and etc. So I gave up the online dating quite a few years ago after I left that relationship. Yeah. So I went there. Yes.
So, but you've experienced it,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean.
and my personal experience is that the more expectation you have, the less fun it is. It becomes like when you look for a job, at some point it becomes difficult. When you get rejected a few times, you have to apply for another job, do another application, so it becomes really tedious. So when you have too much expectation and too much hope, and you keep going and dating all those guys, it is not fun anymore. And when I removed all of that after my dating detox, and I decided to date men, not compulsively, and it didn't have to be like 5 men per month. Just from time to time, I just wanted to spend an evening with a man, to spend an evening in that kind of masculine energy and feel like a woman, dress up, go for wine and nice dinner. I started to meet fantastic men because they resonated with me.
How funny.
With the new me, the woman who actually went out to have fun and meet someone and be in the moment, rather than thinking, is he going to be the one? Am I going to marry him? And I'm going to settle down with him? And obviously you can't know that on the first date. It's just a bunch of projections. You see the man who is beautiful and great, but then 3 months later you kind of get to know him for real. And you discover his flaws, and you know, he looks different than on the first date. So I had a few very nice dates, although I didn't click romantically with those men. I had very, very lovely time, and I met quality men. And a few months later, I met my current man, and we've been together for 1.5 years. We already have a 2-month-old baby, so I hope it's going to last, and I don't have to go back to the dating scene. I mean, you never know in life, but at least for once I feel happy in a relationship because I am happy within, not because I have.
Yeah, you're happy with yourself, and so your relationship comes to complement what you already have. It is not in lieu of. Yeah.
Definitely.
I think it's true for everything. It definitely is true for everything. So what I find interesting in all that process is that you explained to me before we started this interview that you have a corporate background, you were working as a life coach, and so your friends were giving you some kind of pressure, quote unquote, like, hey, do something about it, why don't you bring it in your business?
Yeah, I was in the corporations, and it didn't really make me happy. It's a very tough environment, and I was thinking, what can I do somewhere else, something different, which will bring me satisfaction? So I came up with the idea of becoming a life coach. I got my qualifications, but at the same time I was still dating and sharing my adventures with many of my single friends, and very often I got that feedback, why don't you just coach single ladies? There's so many of them, they need your knowledge, they need to know how to date, how to deal with men. And I thought, oh my
You've
gosh,
become an expert.
I did, but I thought there are so many experts like me out there. You know, there are so many people who share this kind of knowledge. So I thought the world didn't need another one. But I think during the last few years, when I actually started to coach the single ladies, I discovered that I'm a little bit different, because I don't promise a relationship with a man, because I believe everything starts changing in your life, and it's much easier to attract the right person if you look after the relationship with yourself.
Which is why your business is called Get Ready for Love. So it's not about find the love, it's prepare yourself for it.
Definitely, definitely, because I know what I had to work on and what I had to remove from my life and from within to actually be open to attract my dream man. And there is some work to do, so I don't promise like very quick fixes and, you know, come to me and within 30 days I'll find your soulmate like some other coaches promise. I don't think you can really promise that.
It's a transformation that you're talking about, so you don't do that overnight.
Yeah, and I'm more interested in this transformation, and I'm more happy. I mean, I wish to all my single clients so they find the right man, but for me what is the most important thing is they find themselves first. Because when this happens, it's much easier to attract the love of your life, because you kind of resonate with him on a different level. Your energy changes and your expectations are different, and you kind of show up as someone who is complete, happy. So you attract emotionally healthy men.
People can resonate with who you are.
Yeah, we attract who we are, and
Absolutely.
that's very true for me. So I actually set up my business thanks to my friends, because they kept kind of pushing me. Do something with it, use it. You haven't done all those 110 dates for nothing.
No, I really like your approach. It is, I have a very holistic approach, very comprehensive holistic approach to the work that I do with my clients. And it is all based on, first, be in harmony with yourself. So understand who you are. Put yourself back at the center of your life. Be happy with yourself, because that's the only way you can be happy with others. And here we're talking about happiness because we are in the relationship area. But the same applies to every part of your life, in fact, and that therefore, in my case, applies to your business thereafter as well. That's where you can find that balance. Yeah.
Definitely. I believe when you are happy, my theory is everything starts with a happy single. It doesn't even have to be in a context of relationships, but when you are single, you have to be happy. Then you are a happy woman in a relationship. A happy woman is in your business. A happy mommy when you have kids. You are happy along the way. Not only because when you are not happy with yourself, you meet someone, of course you are happy for the first 3 months, but then the happiness is gone after a few months when it becomes a little bit difficult. And if your partner doesn't do what you want him to do, if he doesn't make you happy on a daily basis, you start to question it. And very often people get to a stage, oh yeah, the love is gone because it's not like it used to be at the beginning.
You know, I attended a conference a few months ago in London by Elizabeth Gilbert.
Yeah.
And she, at some point, a woman in the audience was asking her, what do you do when you are not being supported by the person you're living with? And so the topic is different, but what I found extremely interesting was her answer, because what she said was that if your partner is not adoring you more than you are already loving yourself, let him go. And so what I like in that is the part loving yourself, because that was the strong thing that she was referring to, is that you need to be happy with yourself before anything else can happen. And if you want it to be true love, that person has to love you even more than you already love yourself. So it's all extra, it's bonus. It's not someone who try to shape you the way they want you. But
it's a bonus.
Yeah, I loved her answer. It was really interesting. So I think that it's key. And this notion of happiness as well, I think that happiness is not it's a state of mind. It's an attitude.
Yes.
Under the most difficult circumstances, it is absolutely possible to still be happy. That's why also you can see that certain people, even if they have nothing left, they are happy. So it's within. It's really within. And from what I'm hearing, that is what you're bringing to your clients. That is what you're teaching them.
Oh yeah, the first session of my program actually covers how to be happy on your own, because this is the starting point. If you are not happy here with your life, you will be trying to desperately escape it into a relationship which is not going to save you, most likely, because you are trying to find a partner for the wrong reasons, because you are lonely, because you don't like to be single, because you are not happy. These are not the right reasons to create a relationship, a happy and healthy relationship.
I think it's all about finding the answers and the answer to your needs inside you as opposed to outside of you. It's not others fixing what you are missing. It's you having it, and then they add an extra layer.
Definitely. And you know, we have everything within. Because we're looking for love because we believe we need to be loved by someone, but we can and we should in the first place love ourselves first. We're looking for a man because we want to be supported, because we want to be encouraged, because we want to be adored, but in the first place we should be giving this kind of support and encouragement and affirmation to ourselves. Then the desperation disappears, and when the desperation for a relationship disappears, you can only attract a wonderful person to your life.
Absolutely. So tell us more about how you work with your clients. You mentioned a program. How is that?
Yes, I have created a program, a 12-week program, which covers all the steps I have gone myself to become who I am today, and to become a woman who actually was able to attract my dream man. And we go through different steps like being happy on your own, finding your happy, finding your center, so the relationship with yourself, removing obstacles to love like fear and self-limiting beliefs. And then we work, the final stage of the program focuses on getting a clarity who you want to be in your relationship, who you want to attract. And then we cover also a little bit of dating, because I've done so much, so I can give very good pointers to the ladies who started online dating, or to the ones who actually keep dating but they're not happy with the results. Because very often I speak to my clients and they are so discouraged by online dating, because it can be a minefield. It can be difficult, and you have to know the tools and the techniques how to actually find the diamonds on the websites, so you don't waste your time on people who actually looking for something else. Like, there are plenty of men who just want to have fun, and that's fine.
Yeah, I could write a book about that. I've had some crazy experiences.
What was your worst one? I mean, maybe the funniest one.
Well, the one that I found the worst one was, in fact, all about tactics. So over a period of time, the person was obviously building trust. To ultimately, of course, all of a sudden coming out with a crazy story that made it very obvious that the person was only interested in having sex. But it was it built up in a very manipulative way. So building up trust, and ultimately became very obvious. So, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can meet men like that. But I think ultimately you have to learn how to protect yourself.
Yeah, of course.
I think we as women, we trust a little bit too quickly sometimes, and we think we are in a relationship where the man hasn't even had that thought yet, because they take a little bit longer to actually decide, oh my gosh, she's a woman I want to be with. And especially when we are desperate, or we've been single for a long time, we are in a kind of vulnerable position. So then you go on a date, you meet a charming man, and you think, oh my gosh, the luck has suddenly appeared in your life, and you're gonna fall in love and have a lovely relationship with this man. And it turns out that he wanted just sex or have fun, wasn't honest. So I think when you have this stable and firm relationship with yourself, and clarity what you want from a man and how you want to be treated, and certain boundaries around dating and love, then you can definitely protect yourself.
Of course. So are you working in person or virtually, or both?
I work via Skype. I have sessions like almost the same way we are having this recording, and I'm thinking about starting to do VIP days, because I have moved out of London recently, and I live at the seaside, which is a beautiful place, and I think it would be a lovely day for the women I work with to go away from the day-to-day to life and come here, relax for a few hours, and spend a few hours with me working on their love life.
I say the concept of I love VIP days. I offer them to my clients as well, and having this concentrated time that is extracted from their daily life to reflect on whatever topic it is, in your case dating, or getting ready for dating. I think it's extremely powerful. Plus it's an accelerator. It's really something that would be interesting to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so, in person, one-on-one only, or do you do group work as well?
At the moment, one-on-one, and I have a 2-month-old baby. I've got lots of ideas, but I just don't have time to turn them into reality. I would love to do group coaching. I would love to do workshops again, because I've done some workshops in the past as well. I love workshops because then you got a few women, the energy is high, and women can inspire each other. Sometimes, I can just sitting and listening. I don't have to open my mouth, and just our stories inspire other women, because we find connections, we find the same kind of lessons in them, and you kind of realize, oh my gosh, it's not just me who hasn't been able to find a man, and there are other women who struggle, and you kind of connect in a different way when you meet with people face to face.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I have started on the 1st of January. I've taken over I bought a franchise of the Athena Central London network. So I'm the owner of that network.
Oh.
And when you have all those women in the room, it's just amazing, the energy, and they all go back, like they want to take their life to the next level, their business to the next level. They're full of energy. It's very.
This
powerful.
is what
women
happens when women gather together.
Yeah, women can be extremely powerful in that sense, and I think that there is another thing that's interesting with women, is that because they have a tendency that I think men have less, that what happens to them, they're the only one to experience it. When they hear others telling similar stories, they start realizing that they're not alone. And that other people are experiencing similar things, and that's very helpful. Yeah, very powerful.
Yeah, it is powerful, definitely.
So where can people find you?
Oh, people can find me via my website, which is www.getreadyforlove.uk.
.co.uk.
No, just
No, I checked it because I had a mistake. It is .co.uk that is registered, apparently. When you type .uk only, it doesn't work. And when you type .co.uk, it works. So
you better
check that. This is a live discovery for you. I thought you had just made a mistake when typing it, but no, .uk leads nowhere. And
maybe my domain has expired. Get ready.
And when you type .co.uk, then you arrive on your website. So that is
it is working. It is working for me.
How weird.
Readyforlove.uk.
So there is a redirect somehow. That's so anyway. I would say for the listeners, if .uk doesn't work, try .co.uk. Because I had I had to type .co.uk. So you probably need to check. There must be a redirect or something that doesn't work properly.
Okay, thank you very much for the feedback. I'll definitely check it. And I also have a Facebook group with the same name, Get Ready for Love. And I kind of go there daily, and we have a chat with ladies, so the ladies can kind of connect as well and inspire themselves by sharing stories. And of course, because I'm there, everyone can ask questions. And I also do discovery calls, Get Ready for Love discovery sessions, where we can see what keeps the ladies stuck at being single and how to turn their love life around.
Excellent.
So I can be reached via my website. There's a contact form, or my direct email is ashka@getreadyforlove.uk. Oh, now you worried me.
No, but this is the recording only, and we are releasing your interview next Monday, so it will have given us the time to check that. And when I will release the interview, I will make sure with you that we have the right link on it. So don't worry. But it's something to be checked. Yes.
I'll definitely get my man to check it, because I'm so bad with these technical things.
Well, you can't be good at everything. You're good at getting people ready for love.
Yeah, you should be doing what you are good at. So I'm good at coaching my ladies, but not really the technical part of my business.
Excellent. Any particular tips you would want to give or whatever before we part?
always the same tip. Find yourself before you find your man. Because when you find yourself, you will find a better man.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Aska, this
And
was really so you wanted to add something?
yeah, I just wanted to hear what you do exactly with your ladies.
Oh,
And how they can they can reach you, because obviously my recording will go to my ladies as well, and maybe they would like to know more.
excellent. I work with entrepreneurs and small business owners, essentially female, who want to create, be successful. And I always say successful, whatever success means to you. And for me,
Not
that
just in business.
and no, I mean, in their life in general, but they don't want to do that at any cost. So not, just money for money, which means that quite often it's women in a second career. It's not when they just start. And I have a very comprehensive program where we start looking at who they are, what's important to them, the same type of foundational work that you do, looking at what stands in the way, making sure that they put themselves back at the center of their life. And from there, we either create a business or we reassess a business. And we look at, who are you serving? Who are your clients? What are you doing for them? Your sales funnel, your visibility, your branding. And with all of that, we then add a layer of how do you stay committed to it? And that is with the use of systems and tools, so that you don't work on so that you work on your business, not in it. So my tagline of success on your own terms is rule your biz and your life. Don't let your biz rule you and your life. So that's the idea around it. So it is as well a transformational journey, because it gives them the tools they need in life and in business, to make their business and their life work hand in hand, in fact.
Fantastic. And so how can people reach out to you? Do you do sessions as well?
This is amazing, because usually at the end I'm offering discovery consultations, but I quite often forget to do so. So now it's perfect. I should ask everyone to ask me that at the end of the interview. So yes, I do discovery consultations as well, and they can find that on my website, and that is www.agnesvanrhijn.com, and that is ANYESVANRHIJN.com. So thank you for that.
Okay. No problem. Fantastic. Thank you so much for having me. It was lovely.
It was a pleasure
to connect with you and share my story, and hopefully we'll stay in touch.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye.